So the new mechanic that is probably one of the best mechanics they ever added to War Thunder tanks. Top tier new AA systems now have multi-vehicle capability, right? We already talked a lot about this, but today I wanted to show the new AA systems in the video. The video might be a little bit long, but we're gonna show the 5 new systems. They are a little bit bugged, okay? Dev server, of course, work in progress. So it's bugged, okay? it's bugged, okay? So don't you worry, it is bugged. But anyway, we're gonna try to make it work and see how it will kinda works, okay? You can always help the channel, by the way, with the link in the description with PayPal. We are trying to build a goal there to get a new GPU to get better FPS. I mean, look at this. I'm getting 49 FPS here. So yeah, complicated, right? But we're gonna try to improve the quality of the channel. If you want to help the channel, you can help with PayPal down in the description with your name on the start of the videos and stuff. And I'm gonna do like a special video once everything is here and I'm mounting the PC as well and stuff. You're gonna get the idea, but let's get going. So the first thing is how the mechanic works. So you're basically gonna have 2 buttons. I have to change it up, but Alt C there. And then you can choose where the launchers will be, and then Alt U, where you can change it up just like the drone and drive them around. Okay, so this is the SLAMRAAM, of course, the Humvees. He has there the Sentinel Raider, I think it's called, right? And here we have the launcher with AIM-120C5s. Yes, this is an AIM-120C5. Now it's in the game, even in some jets. I'm gonna do a video about. And the AIM-9X. Unfortunately, for some reason, I'm not able to test the AIM-9X yet. I think it's a bug. I tried like in different ways, but it wasn't working properly, so probably a bug of the dev server. But yeah, you can of course position your vehicle whatever place you want over here. You can, you know, just have them hiding. I don't know, you can do whatever you want. You can use the launcher to actually launch a missile if you want to, but also you can launch from the actual radar as well. So once you have there, for example, and you can fire the missile on the target that you are locking on. For some reason, I have a bug that I cannot like properly choose the targets that I'm firing against. But yeah, these new AA systems are gonna be crazy. Especially this one is gonna have a lot of range, man. Because these AIM-120C5s ground launch, they have like 40 kilometers in real life of range. It's crazy good. So yeah, this is gonna be a good thing, man. CAS is better because of this, because now we can have better stuff at CAS. The ground forces are defended well, way better than before. And yeah, very cool, guys. The SLAMRAAM itself works by delivering information from the radar to the actual launcher with data link, okay? And then, of course, with the AIM-120, it changes to radar homing seeking. And of course, with the AIM-9X, when it's properly implemented, will be for IR. Right? Also, you can have multiple launchers. You can have like 2 of them, for example, over here. So if you want to, you can have 8 missiles being fired here, more than that with the AIM-9Xs. And yeah, very cool, guys, very cool. Of course, you can get away from them. You can drive them specifically if you want to, you know. So you can drive them around. Hopefully they do kind of a following mechanic sometime in the future. That would help a lot, I think. But yeah, where is the other target? There. Oh, it's not going. But you get the idea, right? Very cool system. Very cool SLAMRAAM. Let's get to the next one. So you can see the vehicle on the hangar over here. It doesn't show too much stuff right now. It's work in progress. Modifications, as you see. Here is the AIM-9X. As you see, not even stats we have, so it's not really ready yet. But yeah, the AIM-9X is there. Neither the AIM-120C5. Nothing is really ready yet, okay? But, you know, bear with me. Then we have the IRIS-T SLM, the TOD system, which is, yeah, this is probably my favorite because I love you know, these German missiles, the IRIS-T. And these trucks are enormous. Look at the size of this truck, man. I mean, the Israeli one that we're gonna show, it's even worse in size, if you will. But yeah, this thing is huge, man. This thing is huge. I gotta say, in real life, probably you cannot just drive around without the supports. with the radar on, but you get the idea, right? So start of the match, you're just gonna go there, you know, drive around, find a position. Once you found a position, you're gonna click this button, you're gonna spawn in your launchers. If you want to move them around, you can. They are the same truck in this case. They retract when they are moving, so you cannot fire while moving. See? Let's get back to the radar. This is the other one. And yeah, now we have an IRIS-T missile over here. It will work in the same way as the other ones. You can fire the missile. Did you see that I fired the missile? This is a bug of 2 missiles being fired. Did you see that I didn't get a lock that was IR sometimes? And you will be able to fire no matter what. Why is that? Because initially these missiles will use the data link and the position from the radar to actually start the flight, and then afterwards they will actually have the IR guidance. Okay, so it's a pretty interesting system, very interesting system, and yeah, it's just very cool. Sometimes very hard to, like, it's not properly working, getting locks and everything for some reason. Point talk the Kreuzer. Okay, I'm doing that, but it's just not working. It's not working. I'm clicking the lock button and clicking every button. For some reason, for me, it's not properly working. These AA systems, they're kind of bugged yet. But yeah, of course, it will still be very cool to have this. We have another mechanic. Let me see if I can find it here. For some reason, I'm not able to. I'm gonna try to find it later. But yeah, as you see, the radar not really picking anything up for some reason. Come on, radar. Yeah, there you go. Now we can try to fire a missile. See, no IR guidance, but the missile will try to go there and try to get an IR guidance. Did you see there? So I didn't have IR guidance at first, of course, but the missile still hits, okay? This will probably be one of the best AA systems in the game in the terms of IR guidance, I think, just because of the way the IRIS-T works here. It is basically the IR missile that will have the most amount of range out of the all IR missiles from SAMs, okay? Just because they have... now it's not working anymore. Oh my god, minimum range maybe? I don't know. So it's kind of weird. You get the idea, right? So they're gonna be very cool. Don't mind the bug. Both are firing at the same time. This should not work, okay? This should not be a thing. But yeah, let's get to the next one because this video will be way too long. So again, no stat cards or anything about the IRIS-T SLM, but remember, this is a better IRIS-T than the other IRIS-T that we're gonna show here, which is the LV98. This is a normal IRIS-T, okay? This is the normal model, as you can see. So this is worse than the other one, okay? It has less range. That's the main thing. It has less range. Everything else should be the same. But it's still a pretty good missile. Here we can actually properly see the stat card. So 60G missile, 12 kilometer range. So that other one should have around 30 on the very least, 20 to 30 kilometers on the very least. And it should be the same G limiter, okay? So let's test this system. This is a little bit of a different one. So you don't have other vehicles with this thing, okay? It's just one. Well, technically it is two, but they are being towed. So it doesn't matter, right? So it's just one vehicle. You cannot spawn in other ones. You have a search radar. I don't think you have a locking radar, but basically what you're gonna do is have the same principle as the normal IRIS-T that we talked about, right? So it needs to be kind of looking at that, I think. No, hold up. Every single thing is... Look at it. The radar is not picking nothing up. Let me... Yeah, for some reason, I'm kind of luck. But yeah, this will work more of more in a normal way, okay? It basically will need a proper sight of where the target is. It still be, you know, it is fired vertically, which means that you don't have to be pointed to the target to actually fire the missile. Like older systems. Oh my god, this is so weird. There's work in progress. There's so many things, but you get the point, right? You're gonna be able to basically find the target where it is, and then you can fire one missile vertically and it will try to get it, okay? This is how it's gonna work. You only have 4 missiles, so very short amount of missiles, but you can, of course, have the box, the ammo box, to help you out. This one kind of needs the, you know, the IR guidance to just be able to do something. So it is worse than the other one. Okay, it's worse than the SLM. It has less performance, less capabilities, but it's still an amazing system. It really is still a pretty good system. Okay, so don't you worry that now it's not working anymore. Oh no, it's working, but I don't know which target I'm firing. I cannot change the targets for some reason. Did it miss? It's a helicopter, so it might be harder. So you can already see that this thing will be worse than the other ones, but it's still pretty great. Let's get to the next one. Then we have the Japanese one, which is another vehicle, okay? So you will have the normal Type 81C, and then we have the SLAMRAAM, which is the new top-tier AA system for Japan. So it works on the same system. You have a truck with a radar on top, as you see. I have to click the button, spawn in the Type 81 launcher, as you see. And now, with this thing, let me change to it, we have two missiles. So we have the IR missile that can be guided, you know, with IR guidance. This will miss, obviously, but you get the point. And then we have the radar missile. I don't know if it's actually working. Sam, let's change it up. Let's see. This is the radar one, I think. Yes, this is supposed to be the radar one. I think it's working, but yeah, basically you have two types of missiles now. You have IR missile or a radar missile that it's active radar homing as well. Okay, so very similar to the AIM-120. I think it has less range, but you get the point, right? So I don't think the model is ready yet. You can see that the missiles are basically the same. But yeah, so IR missile, of course, you can launch, and if this thing gets destroyed, this one, you can still be alive with the launchers, okay? It's not that bad, because you have the secondary system that the Type 81 uses, is the normal main system, to actually launch IR missiles. Now, this is supposed to be the... Everything is IR now, I don't know. But it's supposed to be a radar one. It's even saying, so it's not ready yet, but you get the point, right? So again, you can have multiple ones as well. And if you get destroyed with the radar one, these ones you can actually control even with the vehicle destroyed, okay? Which is pretty good. And the interesting part is that these missiles, obviously, they're going to be worse than the others. They're not as good as the IRIS-T. They're not as good as the A9X and stuff. But they're still pretty good missiles. They are basically... the same as the Type 81. So, for example, here, so 35 Gs and stuff. So it's not bad. It's a great missile. It's just going to be a little bit more limited than the other ones. And like I said, see there, SAM-ARH1C. So this is the active radar homing, right? But it's not working yet properly, but it will have an active radar homing. So it works on the same way as the other systems, but with a different Japanese missile, of course. And last but not least, we're going to talk about the SPYDER, which is the new Israeli system. The biggest vehicle in the game. Look at the size of this thing in terms of tanks, right? So this thing, it's bugged as well, and now it's using the Type 81, so don't mind these things. Type 81C, and the model is an IRIS-T, as you see. But it will be using, if I'm not mistaken, the Python 4 or 5, if I'm not mistaken. 50G missile, probably, plus at least. So it's going to be a very good, I mean, look at that, 30-kilometer range. So it's going to be amazing. And of course, you can carry the Derby missile as well, the missile that you already have in the air-to-ground, the air-to-air capability with jets, right? So let's test this thing. This thing is huge. And again, same principle here, but in this case, this is the AiO, right, which was leaked, which means all-in-one vehicle. So it's just one massive truck. It's even hard to look around with this thing. It's just one massive truck that will pretty much just... Let me see if I can... Yeah, I can turn it off the radar as well. See? So it's just one massive truck that has everything in one system, okay? So you cannot spawn in other vehicles. You do have basically like 3 crews, I think, yeah? And then let's turn on the radar. Again, it will work in a similar manner, you know? So vertical launched. This will be radar or IR guided when it's ready. So don't mind the performance right now, but it will work on that manner. And yeah, very cool vehicle, right? Very, very cool vehicle. So hopefully it is, I mean, it's gonna be hard to hide this thing. That's what I'm thinking. So you gotta just stay on your spawn, I think. It's just, there's no reason to go anywhere else because it's just so crazy large. The radars are kind of bugged right now, but you get the point, right? So this is going to be the SPYDER AiO. Definitely not ready yet, of course, but still you can see the radars there. Of course, we will have a camera that has thermals as well, which is pretty good. That it's the camera on top of there, that camera right there. So very, very cool. We already talked a lot about these vehicles, right? But it's so cool to see them actually in the game. So basically this is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe if you want to help the channel grow more and improve the quality, and make sure to, if you want to, leave a donation in PayPal, and I see you guys on the next one. So bye, guys. See ya.